This is Kevin Gogish. On March 8th, I wanted to take time to recognize International Women's Day. This is an important day for everyone. As a father of two daughters, it's great to see the progress that's been made in the last couple of decades, knowing more progress still can be made. International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity, not only for women, but for people of any gender or people who do not identify by one gender. The day has occurred for well over a century, with the first International Women's Day gathering in 1911, supported by over 1 million people in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland. Prior to this, the Socialist Party of America, United Kingdom suffragists and suffragettes, and further groups campaigned for women's equality. Today, International Women's Day belongs to all groups, collectively, everywhere. It's important to remember that an equal world is an enabled world. The rise of women is not about the fall of men. Everyone can play a role in forging gender parity. Gender balance is not a woman's issue, it's an economic issue. Advocacy, inclusive mindsets, and tangible action are needed from all. It's also important to remember that many societies have moved on from women having to succeed in a man's world. Stereotypes are being challenged, and more diverse representation of women is evident. There is still a continuing need worldwide for more progressive mindsets and inclusive behaviors to be forged. Collectively, everyone, everywhere can strive for women's equality and continue to make positive gains. The path to women's equality has been long and challenging, and here are some reasons why. Each stage of this development provided an important focus in forging the gender agenda further along. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, women activists fought hard for equality. The focus was largely on securing the right to vote and equal pay for equal work. These two issues, women's voice and participation in government and the gender pay gap, largely remain key priorities over a century later. Fast forward to the 1970s, and widespread feminist action saw women rallying, protesting, and lobbying hard for inclusion, influence, and equality. The 1980s saw an array of Fix the Women programs that were well-meaning in trying to help women become more confident, visible, well-networked, and assertive, but many reinforced the notion that women needed to act like men and fit into existing patriarchal structures and organizations if they were to succeed, all while still being a superwoman in the home. Shoulder pads, power suits, high heels, and a loud voice were in fashion. The 1990s and noughts focused on organizational development. Maybe if we change or fix the organizational structure, women will thrive. So areas like the focus on women in the boardroom escalated, as did more diverse recruiting, inclusive talent pipelines, and attention to wider diversity groups beyond gender, such as race, LGBT, and so forth. The introduction of top company and top women style lists occurred, and as they increased in popularity, the number of new lists launched each year increased exponentially. The number of women's conferences and networks also increased significantly and continue to play an important and necessary role across all countries. The volume of gender-related research also increased. New insight, new terms and understandings, new phrases, measurement of the extent of the problem or success, hard facts and numbers. In more recent years, men as advocates and champions of change have been recognized as playing a key part in accelerating women's equality. Many progressive CEOs and influential leaders have committed via formal public channels to helping build diverse and inclusive organizations that challenge stereotypes and bias. And so here we are, 2020 is here. Movements like Me Too, Time's Up, and the significant global rise in International Women's Day activity in every corner of the world, along with the many female-focused days and initiatives around the world, mean gender is firmly on the agenda. 2017 and 2018 saw International Women's Day as the most discussed topic on Facebook by millions. Pantone's color of the year in 2018 was purple, i.e. women's color. Everywhere, gender is on the mainstream radar and impacting the narrative. Stereotypes and bias are more likely to be called out. Men's role in society is more varied, and gender roles are fluid. We are moving to a very exciting time in history, where the world now expects gender balance. The world notices its absence and celebrates its presence. Step back a few years and the world was asked to pledge for parity in 2016 and develop an inclusive mindset. Then in 2017, the world was asked to be bold for change and identify tangible action to help accelerate gender parity. 2018 saw a massive press for progress as the world stepped forward to push the boundaries and go beyond to achieve greater equality for women. Last year, we continued to play a critical role in helping forge a more gender-balanced world as we work towards a balance for better. And 2020 sees an important wave of collective individualism as we strive to be each for equal, because an equal world is an enabled world. Again, I'm excited to see the progress that's being made, continues to be made, and will be made in the future. Have a great day.